Everybody, what's up? What's going on? And welcome back. CantDrop here again today. So today I am bringing you guys the Wildfire AOE build, and first it's also good for single target. I am going to go through all the talents, why I prefer these talents, how I think they're good, and at the end of the video, so stay tuned, I will be making sure I tell you guys whether or not I think it is fun or not to play, and whether it's interesting enough to keep you engaged in the class and the spec itself. So without further ado, if you guys like the video and want to show your support, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell along with the like button to be notified of any new and upcoming videos that are posted to the channel. Without further ado, let's get right on into it. This build is going to synchronize very well with the Wildfire Cluster Legendary that drops from the other side, which is located in Ardenweald at the most southeast point of the map. Let's get into the talent. Alpha Predator. I love playing with terms of engagement because it's fun. It adds a lot of different incorporation into the build itself. Just having to disengage, making sure you stay at range some points to make sure you get your terms of engagement to get in, your harpoon in. You get a focus regeneration buff. It's cool, you know, it adds a lot of different play style to the build itself. But overall, Alpha Predator is a better choice. It gives you 2 charges total of kill command, which it's just nice. 30% damage increase, which is really nice. So it's good for utility, for focus regen, due to the fact that you can instantly basically regen 30 focus with the 2 uses. That's if it doesn't use its reset. It doesn't reset itself on a 25% natural chance. Another 25% increased chance, so 50% chance total with coordinated assault active. So it's just really, it's better for longer term fights as well, due to the fact that you're not going to kill a boss in 20 seconds and then harpoon to another mob. It just doesn't work like that. Talent 2, Guerrilla Tactics. This is one of the 2 main talents that the build is based off of completely. So it basically increases your initial explosive damage by 100% with your wildfire bomb, and it leaves the dot, of course. But it also gives you a second use, so a second charge, just like Alpha Predator does to your kill command, which is extremely nice for nice splash damage for AoE, and due to the fact that it's 100% increased initial damage on the explosion, and then it also does fire damage over time. So it's nice AoE damage. Great talent. Talent 3, Natural Mending. It is really good utility due to the fact that every 20 focus you spend, it decreases the cooldown of your exhilaration by 1 second. So Raptor Strike being, or Mongoose Bite being 30 focus, you spend 2 of those, you got 6 seconds knocked off of your cooldown for exhilaration. Sometimes it's a lifesaver, so a little bit of extra utility always helps. Talent 4, Bloodseeker. Alright, this is really key to the first talent and the last talent, Bloodseeker. It allows you to use your kill command on a target, which leaves a dot as a bleed. As everybody knows, bleeds go through armor, same with shadow damage and all that good stuff. So, with that being said, leaving a bleed that goes through armor, no matter how tough the target is, mixed with Alpha Predator, Bloodseeker gives you a 10% increase to attack speed. Alpha Predator gives you 2 stacks of kill command. You can get a minimal of 20% attack speed, and you got good pressure on multiple targets, and it gives you a bonus use for not only using your kill command to generate focus, but also to get extra damage and control in a AoE situation or a single target situation. Mixed with Alpha Predator, so the meaning of Bloodseeker basically gives you a dot for your kill command, which I love. Alpha Predator gives you a 30% bonus damage to your kill command. Initially, I thought this only gave it a 30% initial hit damage when your pet used kill command on your target. No, this also goes for the Bloodseeker bleed damage. So it's a 30% increase to your kill command's initial hit, and a 30% increase to the bleed damage that it leaves when using Bloodseeker. So it's double effective. Mixed with the last talent in this build, which I'll get into at that point, it's really fun. So, with that being said, that was talent 4, Bloodseeker. We're going to get into talent 5. Now, you can go Anyway, depending on how you're built, how your group is set up, what kind of builds everybody's running, what specs everybody's doing. But Born to be Wild is probably one of the best choices due to the fact that it just naturally, utility-wise, decreases your turtle and cheetah cooldowns. That's helpful in any situation. Turtle is your immunity. On top of that, all right, if you have a very heavy AoE group and you're just going to be farming dungeons, etc., just need to blast through it, Binding Shot is a good option. That way you can hold a giant AoE group of mobs in place, like if you have mages or what have you, for good AoE damage to keep mobs in place. The only bad part about Binding Shot is if you have a mob like in Necrotic Wake that jumps around, they can jump out of it. So be careful of that. You can use Post Haste because some of the mobs and some of the bosses in here also apply slowing effects that, when they chase you or they target you personally, it's a pain in the ass to get away from them. So it gives you a little extra increase to 50% of movement speed for 4 seconds after you disengage. On top of that, it gets you out of all root, snaring, movement impairing effects. So it allows you to kite them without dying. So especially as a hunter, that's really nice, being squishy. And being a melee survival hunter in dungeons, super squishy. So a lot of kiting ability for mobs is very good, especially when they're not affected by slows. Talent 6. Now, I prefer Mongoose Bite, and this is why. So for me, extra single target damage ramp up is really fun, especially with the Dark Moon deck Voracity being a 200 item level trinket that you can buy. It basically drains 237 to 300 and something haste from your target depending on the card stack number, and that will change randomly in combat. So with that being said, you get that as haste plus the chakrams that give you increased, focus regen each time it deals damage. So haste affects your focus regen, chakrams is giving you focus, and haste also increases your attack speed and the ability, and the time that you can use Mongoose Bite. So I can ramp up huge amounts of damage, and it's super nice, especially if you're using the potency conduit like I am that affects Death Chakram, increases its damage by 6%, and gives your Death Chakram a total of 5 focus generation every time it hits a target. It's super fun. This brings me to the last part of the build and of the spec. Well, this spec's build, in my opinion, like right here, I'm getting targeted. I knew, like, for a second, I thought I wasn't going to get hit, but I had to disengage, gave me the extra movement speed. Really nice. That's a great example. Now, the last talent in the build. The talent that really brings this entire build together, in my opinion. Wildfire Infusion. It is the second talent that basically makes this build, but in my opinion, it's the #1 talent that brings this build together. You get 3 types of bombs. You have Pheromone, Volatile, and Shrapnel. They all do individual different effects based off of which one hits target. Pheromone, when kill command hits a target that's affected by Pheromone Bomb, its kill command's cooldown is reset by 100%, so you can instantly use it again. It's great for getting that bonus 30% damage kill command, focus regen, initial 30% damage increase along with the 30% bleed damage increase. Super good for AoE situations as the bomb's dot is ticking from the initial damage. So you have the initial explosion, which is at 100% increased damage from your second talent in the tree. And then you have the fire damage from the dot after throwing the bomb. Then with Pheromone Bomb, you can tab target through and use kill command to gain focus if your focus is super low like mine is right now. And you're also applying a bleed to them. So you're basically dotting up as many targets as you possibly can while generating as much focus as you can. So the next bomb is the Volatile Bomb. I use this specifically after I've dotted up every target with Serpent Sting, because I will basically pull a group of mobs, tab target through Serpent Stinging each one. I'll go through depending on how low my focus is. Kill command one, kill command another. If I get a reset and my focus is still really low, kill command another. Usually, hopefully, I'll have Volatile Bomb up. If I don't, I'll use Pheromone Bomb to open up, or I'll use Shrapnel Bomb to get my extra bleed damage, which I'll get into here in a second. And it synchronizes really well. So Volatile Bomb, basically, any target that is affected by Serpent Sting, you throw Volatile Bomb at it. It does the normal burst damage from the initial explosion, but it also does an extra tick of damage for targets that are affected by your Serpent Sting. So it's just an extra bit of free damage, technically. And then it also basically refreshes your Serpent Sting on that target. So it's really good for focus, like preservation, that way you don't have to re-Serpent Sting targets. Especially if you forget and you're like, oh crap, I got 2 seconds on the duration. Oh, Volatile Bomb. Nice, I just saved 20 focus. Now I can Raptor Strike or Mongoose Bite again. With that being said, the last bomb that you can get is Shrapnel Bomb. And Shrapnel Bomb is probably one of my most favorite and probably the best for burst damage or full AoE group dot damage, because when Shrapnel Bomb is applied to a target, you use Mongoose Bite, Raptor Strike, Carve, or Butchery, and it will apply a bleed that will stack up to 3 times. Its damage is okay. It's not insanely good, but it's not horrible. With that being said, it's the big winner because with Serpent Sting up, spamming this dot, getting all 3 stacks, plus every other thing, your kill command, bleed, everything you can throw at it, mixed with a coordinated assault, you do big numbers. Mixed with the haste trinket, you can just spam out Mongoose Bites. Mixed with the death chakram, it's a huge combo that gives huge burst ability for a survival hunter in PvE. And in my opinion, that's probably the biggest setup you could do, is get your kill commands out so you get your attack speed. Wait till you have one charge of kill command, and then just throw your shrapnel and literally go balls out. Like, you have to go as hard as you can at that certain point, because that's where you're probably going to get your biggest damage. Unless you have a lot of targets, like another build I'll talk about later. That's going to be another video coming up. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, let me know what you guys think. And I'm going to leave you guys off with this. Is it a fun build? Yes, it is a fun build. It is interesting to play due to the fact that you have to manipulate Carve to give you the reset and give you the cooldown reduction for your shrapnel bombs and just your wildfire bomb in general. But it does get boring, so keep that in mind. But without further ado, I'll catch you guys in the next one. CantDrop out.